Hello, kiddies. This is Alice Cooper, and you're listening to the Heavy Demons Radio Show.
Hello.
Hello, Alice. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Quite fine, thank you. Greetings from Italy. We're waiting for you in June.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. It's going to be a good show.
What shall we expect from your show in Milan?
Well, it's like the Alice Cooper shows are always full of theatrics, and full of all the hits. I've got probably the best touring band I've ever worked with, as far as the musicians, and it's the Alice Cooper show is always going to be an exciting thing. I mean, it's what we do.
Yeah, and recently I've been interviewing good old Neil Smith, and talking about Neil, Mick, and Dennis. What are you doing together with them?
Well, I was in Phoenix, and where I live.
Yeah.
And Neil and Mike were both there, and so we decided to start writing songs together. And so we wrote about 5 songs and demoed them and everything. And then Dennis Dunaway is writing songs. So all the remaining guys in the original band we're all writing, and we hope that we could come up with, 10 songs or so to do. I just think it'd be a great thing to kind of revisit the original band and see what kind of songs we come up with.
Yeah, and do you think you will do something also live on stage with them?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to take it that far because I don't know. For me, I know that I've been touring constantly since the band broke up. And it's not as easy, as it used to be. And for me, it is because I'm used to it. But I mean, I don't know, if the other guys would have that kind of stamina, to be able to go do an hour-and-a-half show 5 times a week. It's not easy, but like I said, I'm in better shape now than I've ever been in my life. I'm not just doing my show. I'm also doing the Hollywood Vampires after this, with Johnny Depp and Joe Perry and those guys. So I'm literally working for the next 6 or 7 months continuously.
Yeah, and talking about the early beginnings, what do you recall about working with Bob Ezrin? I read your book, Golf Monster, and you talk about Bob Ezrin getting out of you many different voices. How was working with Bob Ezrin with your voice?
Everybody that works with Bob Ezrin really enjoys it for one reason. He's very hard on you in the studio because he wants to get everything he can out of you. And at the same time, there are times when you get really frustrated with him because you go, I know that was the right take. That was right. And he goes, well, let's try it one more time and get this and this. In the end, everybody that works with Bob walks out of there going, wow, he got the very best out of me that I had. He doesn't just let you settle for, a good vocal. He wants a better vocal. And that I think that's good. He doesn't allow you just to be good. He wants you to be great.
Yeah, and we met a few times, and we always talk about like Monster Dog, those amazing horror movies from Italy from the 80s. Which is the relationship with Alice Cooper to the nowadays horror movie scene?
It's funny. I really it seems to be a new type of horror movie now, which is a little bit more cerebral. A little bit more, it's not as much slash movies as it is like, a little bit more ghost-like, a little, things, the Insidious and movies like that have really taken off. And it seems to be scarier movies, I think, myself. I think the newer movies are a little scarier than the older movies. I mean, Dario Argento always made very cerebral movies. He made movies where you didn't necessarily see a monster, but he indicated that there was something there that was, you don't always have to see it to be scared of it. A lot of times, if your imagination is scarier than what you can see.
Yeah, and talking about music, what are you listening to? Like new bands, something new nowadays?
Well, there's a band that I really like called the Stripes from Ireland. And these kids are like 19 years old, and they sound like a vintage band. They sound like a band, you know, that would have been from 1965 or 1966. They're very authentic. You know, it's amazing that a young band like that could be so authentic. So I mean, their first album is amazing.
Yeah, and what do you think about new bands that, you know, are inspired by Alice Cooper?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of bands that sort of are, you know, goth bands or bands that, you know, semi-metal, you know, bands like, say, like the Brides, you know. They're a band that have sort of taken a page out of Alice Cooper and Motley Crue and Rob Zombie, you know, and you know, Black Veil Brides they're a good band, but there are, you know, I mean, like Marilyn Manson is sort of now a vintage band, you know, and Rob Zombie is more of a vintage band compared to these other bands.
Yeah, and here in Italy we have one Italian Alice Cooper, and he's called Steve Sylvester from the band Death SS.
Oh, I've never heard of them, but I would love to see him.
Yeah, I will send something to you because with their album Human Anomalies, they tribute the cover of Welcome to My Nightmare, the cover of the album.
Oh, really? I would love to see that.
Yeah, and right now, with my band, The Mugshots, we've been produced by Dick Wagner, as you know.
Yeah, well, Dick Wagner was a very big part in the songwriting, you know. I mean, you know, we did a lot of... the Alice Cooper Band basically is a hard rock, you know, guitar band. And then but the way it becomes Alice Cooper is the story, whatever what the story is going to be. You know, and I'm the one that kind of twisted into being an Alice Cooper strange, you know, weird little song. Basically, the music, though, is always going to be pretty much hard rock, Detroit hard rock.
Yeah, and right now I want to greet you. We are in this studio, FP Recording Studio, located in Tuscany, in Italy. We are recording a new album. And here is my new producer, Freddie Delirio, wants to greet you.
Oh, good.
Hi, Alice.
Hey, how you doing, guy?
It's such an honor to talk with you. You've always been my greatest inspiration, my mentor.
Well, thanks.
Greetings from Freddie Delirio, FP Recording Studio. Thanks, Alice.
I'll tell you what, the producer has a lot to do with what happens on that album. You know, I mean, when you get somebody that really knows what they want out of it, I always tell artists, listen to your producer. Don't fight him. Listen to him.
Yeah, we will follow the instruction from our producer. And I will send you our album, okay?
Yes, I would love to hear it.
Yeah, and it will be amazing to have you like doing an intro one day, a vocal intro.
Well, let me know.
Thank you so much. And where are you now? Are you on tour?
We're in Massachusetts, right outside of Boston tonight.
Okay, it's a Boston show.
Yeah.
Okay, then greetings to Boston and to all the crew.
All right, well, thank you, and we can't wait to get over to Milan. It'll be fun.
I hope we will manage to meet.
Okay, yes.
Thank you so much, dear Alice.
Okay, bye-bye.